Look, you already know that I like big phones and I cannot lie. But what if big things really do come in small packages? Can a hobbit-sized phone be the hero in your day-to-day communication? Well, I'm gonna go eat second breakfast, then come back and answer that question for you. Today's a good day for an adventure. Hey, if any of these videos have helped you, if this one helped you, do consider hitting that thumbs up, hitting that subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you will be notified when we drop the latest videos.
I love you like la 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 la.
The iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 mini are almost identical internally, except for in a few key areas. They're both available in the same color options. I have the black iPhone mini here. They're both 5G enabled. They have the same cameras and the same A14 Bionic processor. They both have the new ceramic shield overlay on the glass, promising 4 times better ability to withstand drops. They're both MagSafe compatible and water resistant to a depth of 6 meters for up to 30 minutes. You get where this is going. But there is a $100 price difference in the devices. So where does that go? Let's take a look around the phones and see. This is definitely the smallest phone I've held in some time. I love the flat edges on the new phones, but for some people, those edges in the larger versions of the iPhones may be a little unwieldy at first, and that's one of the differences with this mini. It's so small, it invokes images of high fashion models and their compact communications devices.
Turn off my phone?
Yeah.
This phone is as much a part of me as...
You know what? Can we just cut it out?
Okay, maybe not that small, but its size makes it feel immediately easier in hand. A more natural fit for many people, I'd imagine, and that's where this phone may be a hit. Even for me, a guy who likes large phones, I must admit that I'm pretty stricken by this device. If I was just balling like that, I'd pick one up to use when I wanted to run light and minimal and leave the Pro Max or my Note 20 Ultra at home. It's a welcome respite in some ways, as over the years the size of the average smartphone has continued to creep up, but this phone goes back to the days of the iPhone 4 or 5 and gives those who were always lovers of that size phone something they may have been missing for some time. What you won't miss out on with this smaller option is screen quality. Even though it is a 5.4-inch display, you still get that Super Retina XDR, and it is actually more pixel dense than the larger iPhone 12. Taking a look at my video playlist, The Witcher looks as you'd expect. Colors pop, and thanks to the high brightness and contrast ratio of the display, the content isn't dark like I've seen on some other displays. Our planet, my turtle, and his underwater friends come to life in their full vibrancy, and the voiceover does as well. Matter of fact, that's one of the high points with all of these Series 12 devices, the sound. Now you'd think that because this is a smaller body than the iPhone 12, you'd get smaller sound, but I haven't found the difference to be anything but negligible, if noticeable at all. There are smaller speaker grills on the Mini than there is on the iPhone 12, which has a smaller speaker grill than you'll find on the Pro Max. Those stereo speakers, though, really come through, and they're quite loud. Dialogue is never lost, even as I listened to Thor Ragnarok in the Disney Plus app. Side note, if you have a pair of AirPod Pros, do yourself a favor, make sure you have the latest firmware update for them, and listen to Thor Ragnarok in the Disney Plus app with the Spatial audio turned on. It is a mind-blowing experience. Spatial audio on the AirPod Pros is really something special. What else should you know? There's a bit less battery life in this device than the iPhone 12. On my first 24 hours use, I had around 3 hours screen on time with 12 hours and ran the phone down. This is a smaller phone, so that should mean a smaller battery than the iPhone 12, but it has a saving grace, and that's rapid charging. In 30 minutes, I took the battery from 6% to 64% using a high wattage PD charger. The iPhone 12 is rated for up to 20 watts of charging. The one I used, Aki's Omnia Duo, is a 65 watt charger. So, even if the battery is a tad anemic for you, you'll be able to juice up in a very short amount of time. And of course, the Mini supports the new MagSafe charging feature, which you can expect to see dozens of chargers and accessories for very soon. Apple already has some of its own for you to check out. The MagSafe functionality supports Qi charging and only charges up to 12 watts. That's peak charging. Phones which charge wirelessly peak at max speeds at the beginning of a charge cycle and actually slow as the battery fills up. I always tell people that wireless charging is your overnight charging, and if you need a charger to have on you during the day, make it a wired fast charger. And with that out of the way, what about the rest of the phone? Well, the Mini may be smaller than the iPhone 12, but it does have the same cameras, which is to say you're going to pay $100 less for the same camera technology in a smaller form factor. That's a 12 megapixel wide and 12 megapixel ultra wide camera with 1.6 and 2.4 aperture respectively. You'll get 12 megapixels on the front facing camera as well. Colors are vibrant. Deep Fusion does a fantastic job of pulling out the texture of objects and images, as you can see here looking at the hairs on the leaves of this plant. You can see the detail here as well in this bee on the sunflower if we push into the image a bit more. You can expect the same things from this camera in the night mode department. The only area where I had some issue with this camera, the front facing one, it's the same issue I had on the iPhone 12, it's with the portrait mode and my beard. Phones are either overly aggressive, placing a hard edge around my beard, or they do what the iPhones have done and soften my beard, often blurring it like the background. And then there's the 5G. iPhone 12s have had the fastest 2.5 gigahertz speeds I've tested so far, consistently ranking higher than other Android devices I've run through speedtest.net. And the iPhones support the most bands of any 5G phone currently available here stateside. And that's important, as some carriers support some bands, others support more, and others support may be a bit anemic. So you're going to need that wide carrier band support. So let's wrap things up, shall we? This phone is dope. Actually, I'm kind of struck with this phone. If you're trying to save a buck and you're squarely in the iPhone camp, this is the iPhone to get if you don't mind small. You're going to get everything the iPhone 12 has to offer, but in a smaller form factor and for less money. You're also going to get a marginally smaller battery and screen, but I haven't found either of those things to be an issue yet, especially with the rapid charging as far as the battery is concerned. And if I purchased this phone, I'd have a wireless charger at my desk anyway, and would place the phone there intermittently throughout the day, just, as I'm sitting down, just boom, plop it right on there. What do you think? Which iPhone looks to be the one for you? I'll be testing the Pro Max next, so look for that review. I'm definitely looking forward to, I'm very excited about playing with its cameras in low light settings, as it has the most advanced cameras of the 4 phones released by Apple this year. I have some fun tests, amusement park tests on a pier, a night shoot, and a couple pretty chocolate gals to test just how well that phone handles low light and dark skin tone variations. A true test and a deep dive. Hey, you know what? I don't take it lightly. None of us here take it lightly that you watched with us. We appreciate you. If you have any questions about the iPhone 12 mini that I did not answer in this review, leave them in the comments below. I'll get to them. I love engaging with you all. And if you want to know anything about the rate plans, any of the discounts, any of the big offers going on with the iPhone 12 line of phones right now, you can, of course, hit reviews.org, the main site, where our researchers have done a ton of research for you to help you figure all that out. As always, I'm Tshaka Armstrong, reviews.org. Thank you for watching.